Good evening, guys. Good evening. Once again, welcome to South Africa Lately, a channel that discusses South African trending news. We do, however, grab here and there from international news when it is trending enough to be brought here. Yay! We have our own boiling pot in South Africa. We ain't got no time to be grabbing from any international news. Yay! And Leon Schreiber, the Minister of Home Affairs, decided that, you know what, today I'm going to do things differently. I'm going to stir that pot. I'm going to stir that pot and see how much I can push South Africans straight to the direction of the loony bin, right? Today was supposed to be the end of ZEP, and I'm sure the Zimbabweans were like, what's going to happen? What's going to happen? I think maybe they were not even thinking it's going to be extended. And you know what? Leon Schreiber was like, you know, I am going to do things differently today, and I'm going to bless the Zimbabweans with some tada and say that, you know what, I am extending this whole ZEP thing up until the 28th of November 2025, and South Africans are not having it. It's happening there by Twitter. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to read to you the different tweets by South Africans. But what I have seen, I've seen different reactions. One of them is that they are blaming the DA. The other one, they are blaming the ANC. And this time around, because it's something that involves administration, which is not part of the EFF, if my understanding is serving me well. And they're not blaming the EFF. I didn't see anyone blaming the EFF. I saw the ones that were blaming the Democratic Alliance. The other ones are blaming the ANC. But interestingly, entering the chats is former President Jacob Zuma. They South Africans are saying we are in this mess because of former President Jacob Zuma. He is the one that gave this ZEP thing to Zimbabweans, and he is also the one who gave the Pakistanis, Bangladesh, and who else, I don't know, they allowed them to be asylum seekers in South Africa. Yay! And out of this whole Home Affairs thing, the people that are having a party now, it is the Zimbabweans who are ZEP holders in this country. Hey, how do you feel about this ZEP thing? If you're a Zimbabwean, you are a ZEP holder, kindly be there in the comment section. Tell me how you feel about this. And if you're a South African, you're like, why are we extending this whole thing? Please, the comment section is also open. But now, let us read the people's tweets. Hey, South Africans are losing it. So this is where most comment began under the post by News 24. Breaking: in a government gazette on Friday, Schreiber announced that he had extended the controversial ZEP to 2028 November 2025. So I don't know how this is going to impact the Democratic Alliance in the elections in 2026, because South Africans keep grudges these days. It's no longer business as usual. Anyway, this one posted and said, ZEP is extended again. Not surprised, kodwa since Zille actually wants to give them permanent residency. Yo, guys, South Africa, there's a lot that is happening. But in my opinion, we need something different, something that does not look like the ANC, that does not look like the Democratic Alliance. But let us read, please. I'll do this later. I'll share my opinions later. This one said, Minister Leon Schreiber has extended the ZEP to 2025, citing the introduction of the Immigration Board to advise and subsequently consult ZEP holders. Please prepare to make submissions on why this dispensation should be cancelled and others like it. So as I was saying that, you know, I think we need something different and something new. But what I know for sure is something that does not look like the ANC, something that does not look like a DA, the EFF, or anything that we've seen before. But what that is, I don't know. This is a post by a Zimbabwean account. Apparently it's a Zimbabwean crime watch, something. They said, great news, the South African Home Affairs Minister Leon Schreiber has extended the validation of the Zimbabwe exemption permits, ZEP, to the 25th of November 2025. The permits were set to expire today. The Zimbabwean exemption permits, ZEPs, have been extended until the 28th November 2025 to allow the Minister of Home Affairs, Dr. Leon Schreiber to consult the ZEP holders and stakeholders and directed by the Gauteng High Court. You know why I'm laughing? South Africans got no time to say Dr. Leon Schreiber because they are mad. The ones that are happy are addressing him correctly. Dr. L.A. Schreiber, Dr. Leon Aaron Schreiber. Do you understand? Do you get? So, hi. As I was saying, in South Africa, we need something different. But what that is, because it seems like no matter how much the citizens scream, no one is hearing. Anyway, the account continued to say, during this period, existing ZEPs will remain valid for the next 12 months, ensuring continuity for permit holders. ZEP holders are protected from arrest, detention or deportation under Section 34 of the Immigration Act for not holding a valid exemption certificate. They are also allowed to enter and exit. Guys, what are your thoughts? The comment section is open, guys. Whether you agree with Minister Leon Schreiber or you disagree with him, or you just want to criticize him, or even if you want to criticize this channel, or you just want to share your views on the current issue that we are talking about, and it continues they can go in and out during this period. Existing ZEPs will remain valid for the next 12 months, ensuring continuity for permit holders. ZEP holders are protected from arrest, detention or deportation under the Section 24 Immigration Act for not holding a valid exemption certificate. I'm just reading this one so that you remember what we were talking about. They are also allowed to enter and exit South Africa provided they meet all other immigration requirements except for holding a valid visa. Additionally, ZEP holders are not required to produce a valid exemption certificate, visa or authorization letter when applying for other temporary visa categories under Section 110(2) of the Immigration Act. And this one says, why do Zimbabweans demand from the South African government but are quiet about the abuse meted out to them by the Zim government? They are now taxed for chips and pizza and they are not protesting. My question too, that because this is madness. Don't Zimbabweans know that the Zim government has 100% obligations to them? You know, truth be told, South Africa cannot carry everyone. As it is, South Africa is overridden. Let's speak the truth and shame the devil. Even if you are not a South African, be able to talk the truth that you know what, but South Africa is overridden by especially illegal immigration. I have got no qualms with legal immigration into South Africa. People who are here legally, I have no stress with them. When it comes to illegal immigration, that is the biggest problem, guys. We cannot lie. This thing of hiding behind xenophobia and say South Africans are xenophobic, man. How many of us are bothering other countries? How many South Africans are bothering other countries? This one says the extension of Zimbabwean exemption permits until the 28th November 2025. The DA's Racist Home Affairs Minister is the betrayal of South Africa's sovereignty and dignity. The syndicate DA elites, NGOs and EFF exploits our Zimbabwean brothers and sisters as cheap labor to sustain neo-colonial capitalism. It is a shameless act of profiteering of African suffering under the guise of human rights and fake pan-Africanism. MKP will end this ZEP transvesty and replace exploitation with regional economic justice. We will secure our borders and build African economies and uplift all Africans, not enslave them. Yay! You'll see what people said. And then there comes a Helen Suzman Foundation. If there's anything that irritates me, it's Helen Suzman Foundation and that South African human rights, whatever. Announcement: the ZEP has been extended for another year until the 28th November 2025. The Minister of Home Affairs Directive, Leon Schreiber, blah, blah, blah. This one says, Minister of Home Affairs is I don't want to read that. As well as Helen Suzman, they can go to hell in Zimbabwe. And this one, you know, I felt the pain of this one. I don't want to lie. Mampele, I ain't kuvile mtase. Yo, ndivile inhlungu yakho andifuni noxoxa. See, she was like, why do you hate South Africans? Oh, Nkosi yam. This I felt. This one, I really felt it. This one says, never forget Jacob Zuma and Malusi Gigaba of the ANC are responsible for the Zimbabwean extension. I think you wanted to say exemption permit ZEP. Thank you, ANC and MK. Thank you. Do you remember the one that said the MK and former President Jacob Zuma will close the borders and do what and build the African economies? So these ones are coming with a different story. It's like, no, never forget that Jacob Zuma and Malusi Gigaba of the ANC are responsible for the Zimbabwean exemption permit. If you know about this, kindly use the comment section to inform me, the person that did not know about this, because I was not interested in any politics and any immigration until it came closer. And this one says, I can almost understand why other Africans would forcefully travel to South Africa. They are in their own continent. What I will never understand is what the hell Pakistan, Bangladesh, etc. is doing here. Yo, guys, South Africa is suffocating. Truth be told, don't take this personally. If you are watching this and you are a foreign national, please don't take this personally. We are suffocating. And if you are here in South Africa legally, please, this is not even directed to you, please. Zuma gave them asylum status knowing that they are terrorists. Today, Mkondo Wesiza is saying they don't want to open borders. ANC, Fikile Mbalula, led by Zuma, gave Zimbabwean ZEP and Basotho permits. Today, they feel entitled. One permit house 100K people. SABC News, SABC Radio. Whew. Is a movie. This one says ZEP started when your leader Zuma was there. Don't try to shift the blame. Your MK leader was present when ZEP started. Zuma is pro-African. In case you are not aware, he is the one who brought this ZEP. Gating is a capitalist that goes with the flow. Stop believing in politicians. Only the masses can fix this. You know, when he spoke about Gating and said to stop believing in politicians, I kind of felt that because I'm such a Gating person lately. You know, I don't know about actually voting for a patriotic alliance because I'm still out there. I'm still conducting interviews in my own room, in my own space. Do you get? So in my own smaller yana corner, I'm conducting the interviews. I'm checking which political party I'm going to vote next. The ANC and the DA cannot explain why the ZEP is being extended. Zimbabwe is not a war-torn country, true, and most Zimbabweans in SA do not have special skills. This is a capitalist directive to ensure their funders continue to exploit cheap labor from Zimbabweans. Guys, this is deep. So now my question is, why the things that South Africans are fighting for are not heard? Even the smallest. You know, when you are inside, I feel like sometimes we are inside the drum and there's a lead and we're trying to scream, our hands are tied and we are trying to scream that we are here, come and help us, we are here, and nobody's hearing. And even those that are hearing you, they look around and they can't hear your voice and they just continue with their journey. That's how I feel like South Africans' voices are not heard. And this is a recipe for disaster because each day, our government is adding a layer. Each day they're adding a layer in ensuring that they are irritating South Africans. So what do you think is going to happen? Are we that peaceful as South Africans that they know that we cannot do anything? If I say we are peaceful, maybe I should say, are we that much of cowards that they know that we ain't gonna do nothing about whatever that they are doing? And if we don't want to fight like other African countries, you understand what I'm saying? Like turning the country into ashes, the thing that we saw in KZN. You know, I live in KZN. Those riots that happened, the July riots, were not a pleasant sight. We were here. The tension was too much. And after that riot, you would pass in town and see the buildings that were burnt, and you look at the buildings that you would go and get services from, and you find that they were burnt. It's not a good sight. And I pray that we never repeat such a thing in this country. I pray, I really pray. It did not look good, and it was like a horror movie. So us, because we are not supposed to fight like that, there is the voting time. You know, the elections, let us punish the ones that we want to punish. We punish them not by voting for the people that we don't believe that they can make the changes that we want. Let us listen properly. Let us not vote for the people that we like. Maybe they sing better, or they are charismatic, or maybe they twang better, or maybe they just... No, let us not use those for a reason. This is not a beauty contest. This is not a talent contest. This is not it's about the country. Let us vote for the people that will implement what favors South Africans, because we've got nowhere to go. We have only one country. If you guys, please, if you watched up to here, guys, thank you for watching my videos. I'm looking forward to those comments in the comment sections, whether you are from Zimbabwe or you're a South African. Just share your views about ZEP. Please do not post, do not comment these xenophobia comments and whatnot, and engage well using the topic, the current topic. Please do not come with xenophobia and whatnot. We are so over that. We are so over that. And if you are a foreign national who is in South Africa legally, please don't join those who came to South Africa illegally. You are one of us. You are one of us. With that said, guys, thank you for watching my videos, and then I'll see you in my next upload.